Speaking of that, I was see what is your personal feelings on, like I said, like you just spoke up on a male presence, and a lot of the majority now, like we're in 2023, a lot of these younger men, some of these men that get lost in their 20s, early 30s, trying to reset themselves, look towards the internet, fall into the manosphere, and they're searching and shopping. Who should I listen to is the right one? Like with all these new content creators coming in, the manosphere and everything like that. Do you think, as of right now, since you've started, is it getting watered down, or are we getting better content creators when it comes to teaching masculinity and stuff like that?
Or are people just going off of what the next person said?
Yeah, or are just people just repeating each other?
Like they watch your videos, like, okay, what's Thor doing? Yeah. All right, let me try that. Okay, now.
You know, it's a multivariate issue, and I'm glad we're where we're at.
Okay.
Because
have you seen improvement?
It's kind of cyclical in nature, but there's more people talking about this than ever before. Mm-hmm. I'd be lying to tell you, and I talk about this in the book, we all stand on the shoulders of giants that came before us.
Yeah.
So my information is not secret. It's not proprietary. Rollo's isn't either. It was always there.
Yeah.
You know, when I say Rollo, it's Rollo Tomasi from The Rational Male. Same with Aaron. It was always there. And we just connected a theme to give you some thought experiments so that you can interpret the world for yourself. This is a tool set. And what happens is these are such good tool sets. Even if they're shocking to people that are really emotional about it and have fantasies on how things should be and live in those fantasies, there's a lot of money to be made by maintaining those fantasies. So what are you saying, Thor? Well, the neoconservatives out there love parts of our space, and they want them for their own. Mm-hmm. But they really hate what we project, and I'll tell you why. They would like us to be the bad guy because they're feminists. Mm-hmm. They say they're not, but there's only one thing that stands between them and Marxist feminism, and that's abortion. It's just the method, not the philosophy. It's just the action, not the philosophy. And I could prove this over and over again. I hate to call people out specifically because it's really not the way I operate, but you can see it everywhere in the conservative side. Mm-hmm. And the conviction is religious in nature. After the election cycle, we play and we get eyeballs because of our concepts. After the election cycle, that'll die down and it'll still be the core group. If I'm a young guy and I'm looking at this stuff, there's a lot of stuff out there that's going to make you feel good, and that would be emotionalism. And emotionalism sells. If your audience has never read Edward Bernays' Propaganda, written in the 30s, which was utilized by a certain German painter to exercise control over his entire population in the 30s and 40s in Germany, you should read it, written by an American, and we are masters of it, and it plays on emotions. And so all of our boys that are coming up that are sitting in that space right now in their 30s are emotional. They speak the language of emotionalism. Yeah. That's why I can have a beautiful girl next door on Instagram coaching men with nothing but pure emotional word salad.
It's crazy.
Do you want the woman of your dreams? Have you always been the man that tries harder? Are you that guy? You need to become emotionally available so that she will see you as an attractive man. This is OnlyFans on Instagram for a guy that's lonely.
Yeah.
Because he sees her, and there's the hope that she's speaking to his emotions, that he will maybe someday find a girl a tenth as good as the one he's looking at right now. Okay. In a way, I think that's pretty shitty, because that is not going to go. No. I mean, that stuff works with women and emotional boys that really have not... This plagues both men and women. When we talk about emotionalism, it's placed the majority of our society right now at the maturity level of essentially preteen girls. Look at social, you tell me it's not like that. No. Look at any movie, any newscast, we have grown-ass adults that act like what? And men too, preteen girls. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I recognize this because I raised a daughter who acts like a grown woman. Yet, when she had her 9 years old, the 14-year-old girlfriend's over, it was like watching a Fresh and Fit show. It's like watching the evening news. It's like watching the Kardashians. It's like watching any reality TV show. It's like watching any Netflix special. So about a woman that's high up in the corporate life, it's like watching Sex in the City. So you have to be careful of those things. There's a lot of emotional programs that make a lot of money. Yeah. The Myers-Briggs personality test, completely debunked. Yet it attracts women all the time in corporations to make people feel better about their crappy cube farm existence. You've got that one. You've got the 5 love language. Good insight on how to see how women find emotionalism attractive. Pretty damn useless in application and a waste of time. But it will be useful to understand how women do kind of think this way because it's emotionalism. So there is some value there, but it is something I wouldn't. And then you've got the king emotional pile of all, the steaming, fly-infested pile, and that is male vulnerability. Especially all the books that center around Brene Brown's male emotional vulnerability. Male vulnerability is bunk and it's bullshit. And it is a flaming disaster for any man to pick up and say, yeah, I just need to be more vulnerable with my woman. I have examples after examples after examples. This does not work. It never has worked. And they want to change the meaning of vulnerable into strength. Can you believe it? You know, I did the work on it. History goes back to 2010. She's an academic that wanted to sell books. She reversed the meaning of vulnerable means to be woundable or weak.
Yeah.
So if you couple that with, I need to be more weak and more woundable, there's no woman alive that's going to find that attractive.
No.
But there's women that like the word solid that go around it. And academics saw that, especially the Marxist feminists, and think oppressor, oppressed. What an excellent weapon to use against men in popular culture. Then we get TED Talks. We get multiple books. Oprah comes out and says, men's got to be more vulnerable so us women can make more money than them at the workplace. And corporate America says, oh, fuck yes. We're going to sell so much shit because women are going to want shit now because they like to shop. And they're right. And women now are starting to outpace men financially. What does that do for their chances of having fulfillment in life? They sell it for the ability to buy the latest Barbie handbag and go see the new Barbie movie. God bless them. So, did I answer your question even a little bit? You know, yeah.